The Book of Psalms is a collection of sacred poems or sacred songs that were meant to be sung to God. They were written by various characters in the biblical Old Testament. In this video, we will be looking at Psalm 90, which is one of the oldest psalms written. This was the only psalm written by Moses. And while Moses wrote two other songs which appear in Exodus 15 and Deuteronomy 32, this one is of a different nature as it is called a prayer. Like most other psalms, it is difficult to mark the exact point in history when this was written. But some speculate that Moses wrote this during the events of Numbers 14, while others speculate that it was Numbers 20. Matthew Henry says that this could have been written as early as the Israelites' deliverance out of Egypt, while Meyer says that it's more likely that Moses penned this towards the end of their journey to the Promised Land. For this to make sense, it's important for us to know that throughout their journey, it was a constant cycle of God's faithfulness, the people's disobedience, God's wrath, Moses pleading on their behalf, God's mercy, and back to the people's disobedience. With that in mind, it's likely that Moses penned this prayer to be used by the Israelites during their time in the wilderness. In it, Moses considers the frailty of human existence in contrast with the sovereignty of God. He also comforts the people through the mention of the interest of this infinite God in them, and submits himself and the people to God's divine mercy and grace. Sir Isaac Watts paraphrases this psalm in his hymn as he writes, "O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home." Though short our lives may be, it is in man's very nature to sin, and sin always angers God because of how it corrupts and destroys mankind. And sin will always be met with God's wrath unless people turn away from it and repent. Moses asks for God to show compassion and to give people wisdom so that they can find favor in God's eyes, as He is their refuge and shelter.